Sinitta, your mindset and confidence coach, and we are getting real about self-growth, one late night chat at a time. Let's get into today.
Hey there, friend. Welcome to Cosy Coaching.
Right, my ladies, I want to get right into it today. I want to get into her, your next level identity, and how we can embody her. January has now left the building, and are you ready? If you watched the last few episodes, you would have planned who your her was. You would have said thank you to the person who got you there, who clicked on the video because she wanted more. It's now to start putting that planning into motion. But what I want you to know is that don't have a 50-step plan, because what I always find with my clients is that you are looking at you've created your her, and you're looking at her in her whole entire big personality, and she's got everything that you want, your heart's desire, but she is at the top of the ladder. And instead of just looking at the first rung, what is the first thing that you can do? And that's what we spoke about, your habits, your routines, what systems that you can build. We're all the way up there thinking that she is a minefield. And yes, I want to be her, but how the hell am I going to get there? So what you do is you start with your 50-step plan. You start procrastinating, because I want to tell you this, that procrastination is just disguised as planning. You need to execute. You need to start trying all those habits that you did. Something that I do every single year, and I've done it for so many years now, is that I use January as my trial month. Sometimes I find that, I want to try this, but is it really going to work? Is it really going to help me step into that next version of myself? And I realized that I was coming into January, New Year's resolutions, new year, new me. Once I threw that out of the bag, and I was like, I'm not succumbing to that. I don't want to do that anymore. That's not a bit of me. What I did is I used January as a trial month. So February is my new year, and that's when I really ramp things up. But January, I ease myself in slowly. What do I need to get rid of? What do I need to add to really become the version of me that is going to make me proud, that's going to hit my future goals, that is going to really hold me accountable? So January, to some, it could be seen as frivolous, but to me, it's real me in motion. So I try new things. So this month, I'm doing a triathlon this year. That is my massive goal that I've set myself, that I want to do a triathlon, and I'm training for that. Excuse me, I'm a little bit under the weather, so if I'm coughing this bad, I'm sorry, but I've got to show up for you, because no matter what, my next level identity, she shows up for her clients, and I want to be here to show up for you guys, and that's why I'm here. I want to show up for you in the best way possible, and sometimes it might be that I'm just a little under the weather, but I'm still here. So using January as that trial to really get into what did I want to do for this triathlon? What steps do I need to take? And that looked like me joining the gym, meal prepping, trying new recipes. And something that I set myself is every single week I was going to try a new healthy recipe. If you see my folders on TikTok and Instagram, I have folders of different recipes that I want to try. And I've been trying them. So for my triathlon in January, I tried new things. So 1, went to the gym. 2, I'm doing meal planning. And the meal planning, I have done meal planning before, but it was a chicken and rice and veg kind of situation, and I was like, I'm not going down that road. So I've been saving videos for a couple of years now, and I'm always trying new recipes, but then I get a little bit bored and then I fall off. But this year I was like, with my meal planning, I'm going to keep the menu as much as I can to the same thing, and every single week I am going to do a new recipe. And that's because I'm a foodie and I like to eat different things, that was my way of being able to inject something new into this routine. So that's what I did. So every single week I just added a new recipe in there, and if I liked it, I liked it. If I didn't like it, I removed it from the folder. And it was just about me experimenting and seeing what I liked and what I didn't like. Now for February, I'm doing not so much a whole new menu, but I've got a few things that I want to try that are new, and every week again I will add one new recipe in. And that's what I'm going to do for March as well. And then what I'm going to do in April is I'm going to go back to January's menu, and I'm going to rinse and repeat that for the whole year. So I'm going to have a 3-month rolling menu, but in that every week I will have a new thing to cook, and it won't be the same things from January and February unless I really liked them. And it's about me trying to remove, my favorite word, I try removing all barriers to entry, is to stop myself from being like, I'm a foodie and I can't eat healthy because I want to eat takeout, or I want to do this, or I want to do that. So instead of doing that, I'm making the food at home and I'm incorporating a new recipe, which is making me learn something as well. So not only am I getting the balance of, I get to be a bit of a foodie, I still get to eat healthily, and I still get that variety in my menu, but whilst keeping other things exactly the same. Okay? And you make it as easy as possible for yourself. So you've set your goals, you've planned who you want to be, you have done the vision board. Now it's time to execute. It's not time to wait. So thinking about the HER framework, HER is to heal. So that is you saying thank you to past self for getting you here and allowing you to move on to your next level. Then E, we're going to evolve into your HER. What habits, systems, routines do you need to get into place in order to become her? Like, how does she think? How does she move? How does she feel? And start moving along those lines of how she moves. So for me, a lot of the things that I need to evolve into is I need to be a little bit more sociable. Like I spoken about in a previous episode, me being an ambivert, where I'm a little bit more confident around people that I'm comfortable with, that I know, whereas I'm a little bit more observant and reserved about people who I don't know. So I'm trying to think about ways of how I can step out of that comfort zone of being that ambivert and giving myself that label, because the words that you speak onto yourself can also affect your reality. So if I keep telling myself I'm an ambivert, it's good to be self-aware and understand that, but not to use it as a crutch to hold me back or to not do the things that I want to do or what my HER would do. And every decision that I make, that you make going forward, needs to be HER. That day in the life that you created, the person that you want to be, the goals that you've set yourself. How does she move? What does she do? And you have to do it, because it's like exercising a new muscle. It's going to hurt the first few times that you do it, but the more you do it, the more you're going to get better at it. Every single time I get on the treadmill and I do my couch to 5K, I'm getting better at running. It's the same with speaking up or saying no, setting boundaries. You have to keep practicing it until your brain is like, oh yeah, this is something we do now. And you keep on going. And then your R is to rise. You're rising up into her. She is fully blown you, and you feel so much like her. You can feel her energy, you can feel her presence in you, and you can feel the old you just slowly slipping away. That door is closed, but you have to keep on taking the steps in order to be her. And you've got to remember, in every waking moment, from your values through to your vision, like, are you aligned? Are you aligned, and are you present in that moment? Or are you just letting life happen to you on autopilot? There are going to be seasons in your life where you're going to have some things on autopilot. For me, with this triathlon training, I am hell for leather. I know that I need to make sure I'm doing a bike, a run, a swim. The other day, I hit my target to swim 25 meters without stopping. And that was my target for end of January. On Saturday, I hit that. So you have to be steadfast in what your goals are. How bad do you want it? How much are you willing to show up as her to really just be this is it. She is everything, and no more are you going to make any more excuses. Blueprint to reaching your her, your values. What are your values? Knowing yourself, being very self-aware and operating from those values. Your vision and goals from your life, from your her. What does that look like? What does that mean? Who are you becoming? And then your habits that support who your her is, and then come back to your values will underpin that. And this blueprint can be used every single time you need to evolve, because some things might happen that you're going to have to evolve. For instance, last year I lost my mum, and I was in a massive season of becoming, and that literally brought me back down, and I had to rebuild again. I had to say to myself, are my values still my values? My vision hadn't changed, but my habits had to change, because I found things a little bit difficult. So I had to scale back a few things. But those three things underpinned it. Her was even stronger. She was shouting at me. I say she was shouting at me, more like my mum was shouting at me, like, let's go. Like, we're not stopping now just because this massive heartbreak has happened. This massive life moment has happened. And always go back to your her. Heal, evolve, and then rise again. And then think about the blueprint. What are your values? What's your vision now? And how are we going to build on those? So what are the habits, systems, and routines that you need to get you through? It all comes back down to that. And you might think that right now I've got this massive dream and I know this is what I want to do. I just don't know how to get there. Start so small. So small, and don't try and go crazy. For me, I love AI, and I put my triathlon goal into ChatGPT, and I said, create me a plan. I am a beginner. I don't know how to swim. I can ride a bike, but I used to do long distance when I was a child. When I tell you, if you speak to my younger sisters, we used to bike for hours. I don't even know how we even got away with it, because I'm sure we shouldn't have been going to some of the places that we were cycling to, but we were out for hours. It's not like that nowadays. I can't see my daughter getting on a bike and cycling and going to down the canal or doing those kind of things anymore. It's just not that kind of season. As I digress. And I said, this is what I want to do. That's my big goal. So everything this year is going to underpin to that triathlon training. I'm trying to build a brand. I'm trying to build up myself. But it all comes back down to the habits, systems, and routines that I have in my life. And me being so tunnel vision like this, you can't shake me. You absolutely can't shake me. I say that there are things that might get you that you didn't think would get you. So I've been on a healthy lifestyle weight loss journey for many years. Haven't quite got to my goal. Actually, quite the opposite. Actually, I'll be quite honest with you. Quite the opposite. I've actually gone up. The scales don't go down. They go down, then they go back up, and then they go down, they go back up, and they go up a little bit more. And I've never quite hit my fitness goals ever since I've started. Actually, let me not lie, because I did a challenge a few years ago, and I did it. I actually made my goal, then went on holiday, because the goal was for the holiday, put it all back on. But I'm in such a season now that I was like, the scale is not my friend. She's a bitch. I don't want to see her. but I still want to weigh myself, although I get on the scale and the scale keeps going up. And I'm like, this cannot be possible. I put on a skirt that didn't fit me. Snap. Boop. Straight the zip went up. I was like, oh, can't stop me now. I put on a jacket. We were clearing out my mum's stuff and I put on a jacket that was really tight for me. But at the time I was like, I'm on this weight loss journey. I'll fit into it. And it really goes really good with my whole style. I put it on the other day and I was doing that. Ow! Okay! I couldn't, I was actually so gassed that I could fit in it. And my mum she's very slim. Like me and my sisters, we are very curvaceous women. My mum, straight up and down, like so skinny. The fact that I was able to fit in it, I was like, damn girl. And that day I took progress pictures and I put them up side by side for my other pictures. And I was like, I don't see any difference. And it's so easy to get in your head when you're on a mission that's one of your goals and you don't see any changes. But I know my body is changing. I can't see it physically because obviously I see myself every single day. So sometimes on this journey, you won't see your progress, but the progress is there, and that's what I want you to take away from this. And it's very easy to use weight loss as that because you do look at yourself constantly and you don't always see it. I was looking at a picture of myself 2 years ago and I was like, oh wow, like I don't look like that person anymore. I'm not even that person anymore. And so whatever your goals is, however big or small they are, you might not see the progress, but the progress will be there as long as you are taking action, as long as you are doing the do. You are not holding yourself back, you're not worrying. And I've seen so many things recently. It's like fear, like God doesn't give you fear. Like remove the fear from yourself because God's got you. I remember I was going through a little bit of doubt whether I should be a coach and should step into this space. And I remember this day, I opened up TikTok and the first video that I saw was this guy and he is saying, God doesn't put anything on your heart that he's not going to help you to achieve. Just remember to keep on showing up. Even when you can't see the physical results of your goals, keep showing up because it will compound. Keep on doing it consistently and eventually you will see it as well. You are more than capable of doing this. So let me leave you with what I always do. Let me get my book because you know I've always got something for you, some little homework. Let's get your pen and paper out. Let's get into it. This is what I want you to start doing from this month. I want you to start doing a herself check-in. And this has been a game changing for me. So it's a reflection and you can do it quarterly, monthly, weekly, however you want to do it. I love doing a weekly reflection and then that really helps me to look at my week. Like, how did I show up for myself? What could I have done better? What really went well? What were my best accomplishments? I really dig deep into some reflection on who I am. And if you're like to journal and you have those daily journals, then definitely use those as a recap for your week. And you'll have a collation of reflections when you get to the end of the year. And it will just help you to see how you're showing up for yourself. And it really just helped me to really focus. What do I want to get rid of next month that's not really serving me? And what do I need to add in? And it's also good when you're trialing new things to do that reflection as well. Journaling. I really would love to be the person that journals every single day, but I don't. I do my weekly reflection and that's how I really check in with myself. And when you're journaling, I want you to focus on who you're becoming. The person that you want to be is how you want to show up for yourself. in everything, every single thing, in your relationships, in your finances, in your health, in your friendships. However, all of those things, show up like the person that you're becoming, the person that you're stepping into. Don't forget who that person is, because you can't go backwards. There's no going backwards. Once you started going forward and you taste the nectar of her, keep flipping going. But remember who you're becoming and keep it at the forefront. This is my book, and I have it in the front of my book on who I'm becoming. And every time I'm in this book, I look at who I'm becoming. Who is Sinitta 2.0, future selves, next level identity, wherever you want to call her, because I call her, because she's my her. She's who I'm stepping into. She's who I want to become. And it's all about who you want to become and how you're going to show up to become her. Okay? It's all a process. And to leave you with this, show up intentionally. Everything you do and every aspect of showing up as her, show up intentionally. And she will thank you for that. You will thank yourself for that when you are looking at, I did it. Okay? You did it. You've got this. I'm here. I want to chat to you in the comments. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And we are going to get real in our next late night chat. I'll see you next time. Bye.